Thank you, Dan. Good morning. It's good to be with you all today. So the theme of our stewardship campaign is God's continuing work, and wanted to just take a few minutes and tell you a little bit about the spirit that led to that, what that means. So your 2022 Stewardship Committee members recently came together to take on the fundraising responsibility or effort for the church. What a time to come before the congregation and ask for more. It's been years of giving so much, hasn't it? And I thought we would start by maybe taking a look at what we have given together. By embracing this courageous notion of tri-faith, we've given up the safety of plotting our own course alone as a Christian church. We've given up the comfort of our own facility, beloved by many, which led to division and discernment as we made the brave decision to undertake moving an entire family of faith. We gave our dollars and significant effort to build this miraculous facility that now houses us. Then COVID took even more from us. When we needed it most, we had to suspend gathering together in this brand new house that we had just built together. Then at the most vulnerable of moments, we were asked to accept giving up the very seated ministers that had shepherded us through this venture to join with two other Abrahamic faiths in an historic experiment at spiritual reconciliation. I mean, think about the magnitude of that. A congregation that had just initiated the truly ambitious endeavor of modeling a different way to coexist found itself unable to meet face to face and with no clear path on how or when we could move forward together. Recently, we've been asked for even more. In the midst of a global pandemic, changes in church leadership led to further confusion and frustration. Interim ministers were engaged that led us to search our hearts for what does or does not speak to us from the pulpit. We've been asked for patience as our church council works tirelessly to find consensus on moving us forward. We're now asked to begin an earnest search for a permanent settled minister. Many of the concerned congregants who now populate the public council meetings, many of you in this room are being asked to serve on boards as volunteers. And currently we are each of us being asked to participate in a soul-searching discernment process to decide who we are and who we will become as a church. So with that, your fellow congregants on the Stewardship Committee say that we humbly believe that all this hard work, this charity of time, effort, and money that we've each given, the sacrifice of our comfort and tests of our faith and confidence in this church are spiritually prescribed steps in our part of God's continuing work. And we do mean just that. All of this that we're experiencing together, all of this that we have experienced together, we are actively witnessing God's work playing out in partnership with us, Countryside Community Church. Struggle often leads to a desire to withdraw, to retreat from, to move away, sometimes to close our hearts. But I'm certain that if each of us individually reflected on some of the toughest times in our lives, most of us would agree that in those very times that we were being forged into something stronger, that those trials were absolutely calling us into a deeper relationship with God. And it's always hard to see it when it's in the moment of struggle, but after the storms in our lives had passed, we could begin to see the new growth that had been made possible within us. Now, all of us here at Countryside Church are being forged into something stronger as we speak, and we are asking you not to retreat. In fact, we propose that now is time to consider giving with renewed passion. We ask you to give your time. We ask for your patience and for the continued programming, facilities, and outreach of God's mission here. We are asking you to give financially. Specifically, we are seeking a 13% increase in current giving in order to finance the staff and programs of our current budget. There is a donation card in your brochures that can be filled out and dropped in the baskets, or there's a collection place in the back. We are going to be sending out financial fact sheets. Those will be made available soon. They're going to promote transparency and answer many of your questions. We're also going to have an open forum. This will give interested members the opportunity to ask questions about our proposed budget. We want to hear from you, and we want to know what matters to you. So whether you have yet to donate or have been a long-time donor, we ask you to search your hearts, find what you're able to contribute in order to further our mission here together. What programs are important to you? What shape do you want the church to be in when we do receive the minister that we seek and when the children return and groups resume in full swing? Any donation is a powerful statement that you too are investing in this great experiment of faith. If you take a moment, we believe that you too will come to the realization that Countryside Community Church, that each of us is actively engaged in God's continuing work. Thank you.